We spent 100 days in Minecraft Pixelmon. And here's what happened. I grew up watching the Pokemon animated series, but that was years ago and I haven't done anything to do with Pokemon since. So I decided to spend 100 days in Minecraft Pixelmon, and who better to bring along with me than Lockdown. We chose to play on PokeSaga on the PokeGalaxy realm. This is because of their amazing quests, treasure hunts, and shops. The server IP is in the description along with a tutorial on how to download the mod pack and join the server. Anyway, for these 100 days we had 3 main goals. The first was to capture our favourite Pokemon, the second is to complete as much of the Pokédex as we could, and the third is to defeat a gym. Anyway, let's jump straight into our first day on the server. We started off day 1 by choosing our starter Pokemon. Lockdown decided to go with Totodile, and I went with a classic Charmander. Then we decided to have our first battle against each other's Pokemon, but I kinda didn't realise that water Pokemon are way more effective against fire ones. So yeah, I didn't really stand a chance. Then we headed to spawn so I could heal my Charmander, and then we had another battle which again I lost. By the next day, Charmander was fed up of dying, so we decided to head over to Warp Ev so we could level up our Pokemon. But after gaining a bunch more levels, Charmander still didn't stand a chance. Then on day 3 we typed /warp lockdown to get back to our area. This is also what you guys can do to come visit our base. Anyway, now that we were back out into the wild, we decided it was time to catch ourselves some Pokemon. So we ran around and caught whichever Pokemon took our fancy. Then once we'd grabbed ourselves some more Pokemon, we decided to have another battle. And amazingly I won and evolved my Houndour into a Houndoom. Day 4 we spent exploring around the lobby, and then we spent all of day 5 leveling up our Pokemon. The next day we decided it was time to make a base, so we collected some wood, cleared out an area, and then gathered some cobble. On day 7 we got really excited that we'd found diamonds, but they are actually just crystals. Then on day 8 I started building the house, but by the next day Lockdown decided that he wanted the house somewhere else, so I demolished it and began constructing it in the new area. On day 10 Lockdown managed to get himself a really cool Pokemon, and on the next day I found myself the same one. Then I decided to head over to the desert and get some glass so I could make a smoke effect coming out of our chimney. While I'd been working on the house, Lockdown had built these really nice walls around our area. And by day 15 the start of our base was complete. We decided to spend all of day 16 murdering innocent Pokemons with our own, and it was actually pretty fun. The next day we thought it was time to use our evil deeds for good, so we took advantage of the amazing quest system on the PokeSaga server and set out with the goal of killing 250 wild Pokemon. This actually took us quite a few days, so here's a little montage of it. Finally, after 5 long days of grinding, the task was complete and it was time to claim our rewards. It was an amazing feeling to finally be done with killing Pokemon. On day 23 we decided to have a little break by playing catch with some Pokeballs and then seeing who could throw the Pokeballs the fastest. On day 24 we realised we didn't have many Pokeballs left, so we typed /warp shop and headed to the shopping area. Then we searched around for a bit until we found the correct shop. Then I headed inside and bought a stack of Ultra Balls. Hopefully they would help us to catch some more rare Pokemon. On day 25 it was time to head out and find some Pokemon. So I headed off into the desert and I actually found the smallest Cubone ever. And then later on I found this weird 2-headed ostrich. On day 26 I went exploring in the ocean and found myself a Whalmer, and yes, they do look pretty derpy. Then later on that day I discovered an ocean monument, but I decided to leave exploring it for the next day. The next day I ventured into the ocean monument, but then I realised I would need some doors so I could breathe. So I travelled to a nearby island and collected some wood. Then on the way back to the monument I got distracted by a few Pokemon, so I decided to catch them. By the time I reached the ocean monument again, it was already the next day. But anyway, I ventured inside and began working my way through the rooms. But it kinda turns out there's nothing inside these ocean monuments on Pixelmon. So I decided to collect the sponges, but not without almost dying. On day 29 I fought a boss Pokemon in the open ocean, and then caught a few more fish. The next day I was casually searching around the ocean, until I spotted this weird green cylinder floating in the sky. I was really curious what it is, so I decided to head inside. I entered into what seemed to be a giant floating island, but it was teeming with Pokemon, so I decided to grab myself a few. I spent the whole next day searching through this weird and wonderful landscape, and along the way I bagged myself some more Pokemon. On day 32 I went back into the overworld and captured myself a clam pearl and saw a tiny spiky ball. The next day I caught a few more Pokemon and then I discovered a village. I was really curious to see what differences there would be between a regular village and a Pixelmon one. There were a few different buildings to a regular village, so I headed inside and looted some of the chests. I had no idea what any of this stuff did, but I took it all anyway. On day 34, I decided to explore some new biomes, so I headed up this giant mountain and found some pretty cool Pokemon. The next day was a pretty special one, because I completed the first goal, which was to catch our favourite Pokemon, and obviously my favourite Pokemon is Psyduck. Then also that day I caught Quagsire that was actually quite a high level. Day 36 was much the same as the last few days, just searching around different biomes and catching some cool Pokemon. On day 37 I looted a desert temple and then I also found a gym. This was amazing because one of our goals was to defeat a gym. However, when I tried to battle one of the people inside of the gym, it didn't go too well. On day 38 we both warped back to our base and then some other people on the server came to visit. The next day we decided to meet up so we could show off our favourite Pokemon that we'd caught in the last few days.
Alright, I'll show you my first one. You ready? Here we go.
Oh yeah, I've got one of them as well.
It's cool, isn't it?
They're funny, they're fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Some massive fat bull whales.
But yeah, so what's your next one?
Alright, this guy is an absolute beauty. Are you ready?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
I can't even see his name. His head's too big.
Yeah, it has inside
I
it.
think it's like Miltank or something. Alright, let's see your next one.
Can't remember, which is this one? Oh yeah, it's a little Angry Bird looking one.
He does look like an angry bird, to be fair. Alright, give for yours.
What's my next one? Oh wait, this one I remember because the only Pokemon game I've already played is Pokemon Go, and I always used to get these guys in that.
Oh yeah, classic little Psyduck. He's tiny.
Yeah, he's he's so small. But yeah, that's this guy.
Alright, I got a fairly cool one, I think. I quite like this guy.
Okay. Oh, this guy's cool.
Yeah, Rhyhorn. Oh, he makes a scary noise as well. Ooh.
He looks so strong as well.
Yeah.
Okay, my guy's a bit less cool than that.
Why do you always get tiny ones?
It's just a tiny ball.
This is like a sea urchin.
Pinchurchin or something.
It looks painful to step on.
He's got 100 health and he's that small. So.
Jeez. Alright. Alright.
Okay, now let me throw this one.
It's your last one. Oh my god. I like this guy. This guy's cool.
He's just a blob.
He says Grimer. Alright. Nice.
On day 40, we gathered together all of our Pokemon and began the long journey towards the gym. Finally, after a whole day of travelling, there it was, the gym. We quickly sorted out our Pokemon teams and then headed inside for a battle. But unfortunately, none of my Pokemon stood a chance and they were all instantly killed. Now it was just Lockdown left. Their battle went on for what seemed like an eternity, but unfortunately, one by one, Lockdown's Pokemon were killed. Once again, we had been defeated by the gym. Once we warped back home, I found this level 50 Farfetch'd, so I decided to catch it. Then I got all of my new best Pokemon together, ready to level them up. On day 43, we headed out, ready to level up our Pokemon. Cue the montage. Finally, by day 51, we were finished with leveling up our Pokemon. The reason we decided to spend so long leveling up our Pokemon is because we wanted to be able to defeat the gym. So we grabbed our newly leveled Pokemon and headed back towards the gym. But unfortunately, once again, my Pokemon were killed one after another, and the same thing with lockdowns. I think at this point it's fair to say we massively underestimated this gym. In defeat on day 52, we headed back home and decided to cheer ourselves up by having a battle against each other. It was all going well until Lockdown's level 81 Mandibuzz almost killed every single one of my Pokemon. And once again, by the end of the battle, I had been defeated. The next morning, I tried to redeem myself by defeating this boss that was hanging out in our base. But once again, I was humiliated in front of Lockdown, and then he showed me how it was done. On day 54, we realised that there was a spleef contest going on the server. So we decided to warp on over there, and we had a quick little game of spleef. The game actually went pretty well for me as I came second, but by the end of it, I fell into the void. On day 55, we finally decided it was time to move our chests into our base, so we chopped them open and put everything inside. Then, with some skill keys that we had lying around the base, we headed over to warp crates and opened some crates with our keys. I got extremely lucky and got $25,000, which I could use in the Poke Shops. The next day, I decided to add an entrance archway to our base, and then I just tidied it up a little bit. Then on day 57, I spotted a giant Pokemon across the water. I decided to go and check it out, and it turns out it was a boss. Then we had a battle, and to my surprise, I actually won for once. Then, as a cool reward for beating the boss, I got myself some shades. On day 58, it was time for more home improvements, so I got to work on adding a play area for the Pokemon. But before I managed to finish, Lockdown got himself into a fight with an absolutely giant Pokemon. But unfortunately, he lost. Finally, by the next day, I managed to finish off the playground, so we let our Pokemon have a go. On day 60, I thought we needed to add another thing to our base, so I started the construction of a bridge. And while I was doing that, Lockdown was building a giant subscribe sign over on the hill. So if you're not already subscribed, I would massively appreciate it, because this video took over 50 hours to make. Anyway, let's get on with the video. I spent all of day 61 finishing off the bridge by adding in the details. And in my opinion, it looked pretty good. By the next day, we thought it was time to catch some more Pokemon, so we headed back out into the wild. And I managed to catch myself quite a few interesting Pokemon, such as this little floating bean, a robot dog, and a floating ball. On day 63, I travelled around the caves in the search of Pokemon, but I got tricked twice into thinking crystals were diamonds. But eventually I found the real thing. And then the next day I caught a sword. Yeah, I guess they were running out of ideas for new Pokemon. On day 65 we once again did a showcase of all the favourite Pokemon we'd caught. Okay, well here's my first one.
Oh my god. What is that? Jesus Christ.
My. Oh, what are you doing? Okay, it's going away. Oh, what is happening? Okay,
it's so fast. Okay.
Oh, that is massive. I have one of these, but it's not
meters tall.
anywhere near as big.
What? How is that a Pokemon? That's just a sword. Yeah, and then I've got this very exotic Pokemon.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen it before.
Yeah, that's the most annoying one.
Yeah, I know. Let's
the
just
noise it makes.
Wait until he makes a noise. There it is.
By day 66, we'd had enough of messing around, so we got prepared and headed over to Warp Ev so we could level up our Pokemon. We would need to do some serious leveling if we had any chance against the gym, so we decided to dedicate the next 20 days to grinding out levels on our Pokemon. Along the way, both mine and Lockdown's Pokemon evolved. At the start of the grind, I had a level 22 Charmeleon, but now I have a level 100 Charizard. Finally, my Pokemon team was looking pretty strong. Now we were ready to take on the gym, but just before we did that, we decided to do some training against each other and have a battle. Lockdown won the first few because his level 100 was a water one and my level 100 was fire, so he had an advantage on me. But eventually I managed to win one as well. By day 89 we were fully prepared, so we rode our Pokemon into battle. On day 90 we arrived at the gym ready to fight. I quickly ran up the stairs and got into my first battle. To my amazement, I was finally able to win a battle. I took down trainer after trainer, and Lockdown also defeated the one he was stuck on for ages. Now there were just a few more hard fights left. Finally, 5 days later, Lockdown had defeated the final trainer, and we had completed another one of our goals. Now that our only goal was to complete as much of the Pokédex as we could, we decided to spend the next few days catching rare Pokemon. On day 96, I found a weird elephant that really didn't want to be caught, and I also found a weird flying turkey. Then on day 97, I caught a knockoff Pikachu. And then we spent the next day showing each other the cool Pokemon we'd found. Also, it turns out that Lockdown had found his favourite Pokemon, which was a Weedle. On day 99, we added some finishing touches to our base, such as a well and some paths. And finally, on day 100, we created a stand for our gym trophy. Then we ended it off by playing with our Pokemon in the park. There it is, 100 days in Minecraft Pixelmon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and remember to go check out the server we played on in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.